Stacking dimes within their prime, they don't need diminishing returns. Track the signs, enjoy the ride, it's not a race to finish first. If I'm alive, then I'ma grind, my life is business, this is work. Maybe prison till he's finished with this sentence, I'm like, work. What up, everyone? This is Urban Migration. My name is Jordan Lewis. I'm an artist here from Calgary with my boy.
Yo, my name is Dwayne Crooked, aka Crooked. We are here. Canada, stand up. Yo, Calgary, stand up. This is Urban Migration, like you said. We have a podcast right now for all you guys to come through and talk about your whole vibe, your whole struggle, your whole journey on this music. So let's do this, and hope you guys stay tuned and like the podcast. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
The Urban Migration podcast is sponsored by G Original Clothing, Third Degree Everywhere, Jump Shot Records.
We'll get that.
All right.
There you go, easy.
So say no more. I know it's been a long time. I met you a couple of times.
Yeah.
Before we got on this jump shot thing and the podcast. So basically, I know we could start right into asking you a whole bunch of questions, but like we said, let's go introduce yourself and let everybody know in Calgary what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm an artist here in Calgary, born and raised. Been doing this thing in hip hop for probably about 15 years, where I started as a rapper, just kind of writing along to beats with the homies, and then that slowly kind of progressed into where we are today, which has evolved into the most recently kind of hosting events and putting other artists on. So
Okay, all right. So what made you start doing all that? Like, what's the passion that you got from starting? When did you start doing the music thing?
like for hip hop?
Yeah, for like just music in general.
Oh, music in general? Oh, that's crazy. That's a crazy question, man. Because like music for me started when I was super young. Like I remember I got in trouble once in elementary school. Like this is back before I can even remember. I think my mom brings it up every now and then in grade 2, where I'd get in shit for like singing in the halls and stuff. So I was always kind of like mentally just there with kind of creativity or with like rhythm, music kind of in general. And I'm not 100% sure where that spawned from. I think it's just like a natural innate passion and love, but.
So you're trying to say like basically with a lot of like urban, like with black families too, usually the mother sings or they're always singing. So you didn't really have that music incline in your house? Or?
No, man, no. My parents, they're first generation immigrants, so they came here just kind of hustling. Their credentials weren't recognized when they got here, so they were just straight trying to grind and make ends meet. Okay. Didn't have time for any passions or any side hustles at the time.
So you're one of those kids, your mom's like, shut that down.
100%.
You're never gonna, what are you doing making so much racket in the house? Type of shit. All right.
What's that riffraff?
The riffraff,
yeah,
right? Yeah. Okay. So how long you been here? Like how long has your family been here? How long you been in Calgary for?
Oh, my parents moved here like a year before I was born, so I'm 33, so it's been 34 years for them. Sorry, 33 for me.
Okay, so you were born here then, right?
Yeah.
All right, okay. So now I'm gonna ask you some tricky questions, I guess.
Let's go.
Well, it's not really tricky questions. I guess the questions are gonna be self-explanatory, but Calgary, let's just start with it. How do you feel about the hip hop scene in Calgary? Like not saying to the fact that I know you might be comfortable with what you're doing, but what do you think can be done more in Calgary for this hip hop scene? And what do you think that people should be doing to get it more popping than you think it is at the moment?
Yeah, honestly, man, that's a pretty loaded question. And the reason I say that is because the more that I get out into the scene, which has kind of been, I would say it's a different landscape post-COVID, because everyone's kind of not starting from scratch, but starting from zero. With the knowledge and experience that they've gained, but now we're seeing people kind of come back out there and sort of reignite what the scene's got in Calgary.
Okay.
And so as I'm stepping out there a little bit more now, even myself, I'm witnessing people who've kind of dropped out, who've stepped back, and who are kind of hitting it from a different angle altogether, including myself with like the events and stuff. So even when it comes to like meeting you and the boys here at Jump Shot Studio, Jump Shot Records, it's me kind of getting out there and discovering like, holy crap, there's actually so much more to Calgary's scene than I was even aware of before. And I'm happy that everyone's kind of coming out and doing things now.
And that's crazy because at the end of the day, for me coming from Toronto, big up to all my Toronto people out here. And I came out here and I seen the structure, right? I didn't really know how things worked out here, but I also seen that there was a hip hop scene out here. So I came up with this genius plan. Like, let's see if I can emerge these artists together, because I understood that we just got our scene, right? We used to struggle with the same thing that I see what Calgary artists struggle with not having support from their own city.
Oh man!
And I guess Drake and Weeknd, Calicia Cara, my bad if I said her name wrong, Justin Bieber kind of got Toronto on this vibe where we're
Yeah.
allowed to show off now. Like, but there's a lot of artists out there that are doing their things that not even no one knows, right? And I feel there's a lot of artists out in Toronto that want to come to Calgary or even the Winnipeg or Edmonton. That no one in Canada, I feel like we don't have this unified thing when it comes to music. Everybody wants to get out of Calgary or out of Edmonton or out of Winnipeg to go in Toronto, which I think is like a recipe for disaster in a way, because there's still artists in Toronto that are not known, right? So do you think that Calgary right now should start their own light and how this is us, this is what we are? Now, how do you think we'd be able to go by that, like from your perspective?
To be honest, man, I think it's all about unifying the communities and finding not who the key players are, but who's willing to put in some blood, sweat, and tears to become a key player. Because I don't feel, and this is just my opinion, I don't feel like anybody is really putting in the blood, sweat, and tears that it takes to put Calgary on the map just yet. But I honestly don't think one person could be the person to do that. I think it's going to take a community, and I feel like it's just building that community and getting everybody involved to the extent that they are willing to be involved in will like do everyone benefit.
That was the perfect answer.
Yeah, we got to lead from behind with this one.
This guy is breaking down my answers so perfectly. Okay. All right. So, okay. So in your perspective too, right now, like, so you've been doing, so you said you've been doing a lot of like shows and you've been doing a lot of like, is that for you trying to get Calgary artists out there, or you have a bigger motive to this? Like, I noticed that you do a lot of shows. You love hip hop that much.
Yeah.
So when you do these shows, right, what do you think people expect out of this? Like, what are you getting out of it for yourself? What is it? What are you trying to see out of it, like, that you're doing?
Yeah, for sure, man. So I think the main thing that I'm trying to see when I do shows, because I can only speak for myself, is that I'm trying to stir up the community more so from, I know that the artists are thirsty. I know that the venues are thirsty. Yeah. It's the community that services or the people who are serviced by the arts and the venues. So the guests who show up to the venues, the fans who listen to the music, we're trying to get them in so that all three of these can overlap and that the community can be in a more intimate setting. Because I find most things these days are online, and like there's like pros and cons to it for sure. But one of the biggest things that I've seen from music, or one of the biggest experiences that people can take away from it, is like how they feel at a live performance, man. The energy in a building where everybody is tuned into the same vibe, it's incomparable to anything else I've experienced in my life. So I don't think that I've ever been to a show in Calgary where I'm like, holy shit, that was like an experience, and I'm thinking about it for days, weeks, months, years. But I would like to.
Yeah, I think you're gonna do that. So
we'll see, man. I hope so.
You are gonna do that.
If everybody builds in the right direction, including us here, like, it's inevitable.
So with the music genre, like, what kind of artists do you listen to? Like, what's your favorite artists? Like, you don't have one, I guess. And you already look at it like
it's a tough question, man, because I've been so involved in the underground scene. Yeah. My favorite artist switches from time to time because I'm always in discovery mode, right?
Yeah, okay.
If we're talking about like the OGs or like the mainstream homies,
yeah,
like,
go ahead, just say who you.
Yeah. So back in the day, it always used to be like Chance the Rapper, Childish Gambino, J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake used to be on that list, Lil Wayne.
Man. Used to be on that list. Toronto, don't listen to this.
Sorry,
guy,
I'm sorry.
You said you used to. I guess Kendrick did something, but anyway.
It's not even about that, bro. It goes both ways. You see, I got my own opinions about this. I'm sure everyone else does. When it comes down to a beef and it's that deep, and the implications and how long those implications are going to be held for this beef specifically, people were dragged through the dirt, man, and are still getting dragged through the dirt. And egos get bruised and battered, and they come back from it, but they don't come back the same. And I don't know what's gonna. That's why I'm saying Drake's not on the list right now. I want to see him come back from it and just like.
Yo, Drake, you hear that? No, don't worry, don't get at me.
I'm nobody, by the way.
Yeah, don't watch that. You'll be somebody, man. Say no more. Don't even put that on your word. But yo, that's just his opinion for sure. But
how do you feel about that, though?
Me?
Yeah.
I stay out of there. I'm 46, I think. I just
but you so are these rappers, bro.
I'm straight. That's what I was saying. See, I still have a chance, but no. Besides that, I just listen to music. At the end of the day, I'm kind of proud to be in this generations from the 80s and be able to. I think my best time in music will be the early 2000s with Nas, Capone, Noriega. I'm just in a different era, but I got to like respect a lot of this new era of the music. So I got the opportunity to see all the different eras and stuff. I can't say that I love everything I hear, but I understand music, urban music, and I see there's always going to be an evolvement. Like R&B really doesn't evolve unless they're just what they're talking about. R&B always has a beautiful sound, but now you have R&B. Before it'd be like my wife, I love you, stay with me, I'll cry for you. Now it's like, bitch, if you don't want to stay, your panties look like, it's just like, you know, it doesn't even, it's almost like not love anymore. But with the hip hop, we're in this new era where it's like on, I guess, demon time. They have this new thing where these
Always
kids are
on
just
demon
very
time.
like, it's almost like there's no more structure to hip hop. There's no more love for writing music anymore, right? You got little young artists that they're talented as F, but they have to speak on a certain platform of what they're trying to say. Even if they don't want to rap like that, no one's hearing you.
Yeah.
Unless you have to rap like that. How do you think we got to get rid of? How do we bring back lyrics? And what do you got to do to bring back lyrics to show that, you know, man, you're allowed to love a girl. You're allowed to not be this type of, you know what I mean, this type of person to get your things popped off. What do you think that needs to happen in that situation? And this is a situation you're not going to be able to change.
Yeah.
But what do you think these young youths need to start studying more and doing, like?
Oh man.
And you're a young youth too, comparatively.
Yeah, I
What's your
guess
age
so.
again?
I'm 33.
33, but you're old age. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, just because I've been doing it for a minute. The only reference point I have for that is because when I was first starting out 15 years ago, I thought I was the shit, and I was like, I'm gonna be popping in 5 years. And now I'm 33, and I'm like, I don't think I'll be popping in 5 years. I think I'll be on pretty solid ground and be financially comfortable. But my head is far from the clouds at this point. But sorry, what was the question again?
Here we go. I said we be smoking, so don't worry about that. No, but I'm saying what the question was, like, what do you think artists need? Do you think they need to get back to the art of hip hop and instead of like just not the mumble rap? Like some of the mumble raps are great, you know what I mean? I guess the beats are great and like how they do their things. I can't get mad at Lil Durk and on these guys, but I'm saying like now you see a change coming back into hip hop where a lot of young people are actually bringing back lyrics. Like the lyrics are coming back as a revolving door, right? With the hip hop, there's always like, you know what I mean? There's always this time where we had to lean with it, rock with it.
Yeah.
New York had nothing to say at that point because lyrics don't mean anything. But right now I see it coming back. So like as you an artist, I know that you're a lyrical artist, I can tell, and you're going to show them in the booth soon.
Respect.
Can't wait to get to that. But like, so in your perspective, like you think it's just for any individual, what music they like, why they would stay to lyrical compound?
Honestly, man, for me, I think it's nature of the beast these days. I don't think, because we're in such just a content generation world, and as an artist, you have to wear so many hats. Writing is only one piece of the puzzle where you have to have this entire like holistic pie where like, I don't even know if writing makes up a single digit percentage of that.
Yeah, I think 1% these days.
Maybe, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
So
this image is probably like 50.
Branding and image, marketing, man. I would even go as far as to say it could be 95. Because, bro, you could have the trashiest lyrics and you could just be like, I don't know, like just wild. Just be filming some crazy ass shit on the street, doing pranks, doing stunts, and then throw your music in there, and then suddenly you've got 100,000 streams.
It's true. Even with this podcast thing that I wanted to start up and do a thing with my boy from, you know, my boy Mike, big up Mike, you don't know, from Jump Shot Records. Yeah. I thought I knew what to do. I didn't know what to do. I just know what not to do. And I'm not a type of guy to go on blogs every day and show my face because people like to get used to people. I have friends right now be like, yo, what's up in the morning? And that's not me, right? So I'm trying to figure, is that what I have to do to get it? You know what I mean? Because people have to get used to me. Is there a formula to make it in this game, or just what your content is, what you're speaking about, or I don't know, because I'm starting this, guys. I'm starting this right now, and I hope the whole Calgary, whole Canada represents this vibe right now, and just know that I'm coming through on the start, and we're doing this, and there's no way we're not gonna make it out here. So, because it's not what you know, is who you know. But anyways, off topic.
And we're not gonna stop.
So
man, sorry to answer your question, kind of like sidebar. I think the formula is too many people aren't investing in themselves. Like you can wear all the hats, and you can I can learn videography, I can learn content creation and editing, directing, and all that stuff. Or I can take the guy who's got the time and that's their passion, hire them instead of spending $10 on going skip a show that costs $15 at the door, pay a videographer or something. I know it's gonna be more than $15, but I would say start investing in people who will invest in you and then grow together. And I feel like that's kind of what the vibe that we've got going on.
So
here.
what would you tell the Calgary city, Winnipeg, Canada right now, especially Calgary because you're from here and you get to see certain things? Like, do you think a lot of Calgary artists collaborate with each other from your perspective? Since you've been in this game for a long time and you do shows, so you're one of the people I can ask. I know you're an artist, right? And you chose to be an artist in between your journey of being this, and you probably said, I could do this shit, the fuck, you know what I mean? Maybe you had something to say, but like, do you see artists out here really trying to get out there, or are they just very content in what they're doing? Or do you see artists trying to collaborate with each other, or they pull each other down like crab in a bucket type of shit? Don't get it. You can say what you want, because you're not gonna say what's a lie, right? No one can get mad at him either, because he's just saying what he sees, right?
Yeah, no, man, I'll speak direct, and it's tough because it's case by case, right? And that's what makes it even hard, because
Back
like
door open.
Don't worry.
Yeah, we're good. And like in this city, let's say like you got 100 rappers in fucking just in the core in downtown. There's 100 rappers, and you want to work with you want 5 features. So out of those 100, you're gonna pick 5 that you're gonna put time into in like a month. That you're gonna see who am I gonna have the most pop-in feature with. And instead of like doing all that research and getting super heavy and invested into learning who that artist is, you kind of just gotta throw shots in the dark and get really lucky and hope that somebody vibes with you, and that your vibes not only lead to starting a project, but finishing it with like enthusiasm and with like the intention of not just building it and releasing it, but promoting it, marketing it, and having it be like a living piece of artwork.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So he sums it up, bro. Like that. Let me ask you another serious question. Do you ever feel like at times you want to stop doing this music?
All the fucking time, man.
Every day?
Yeah, it's a battle every single day. Almost, it's on like. Never mind. Sorry, I shouldn't get too deep.
No, you're good. Get deep still. No Diddy, but
no Diddy. No, it's not that deep. But I would say, yeah, man. When it's like, I feel like everybody these days is suffering a little bit, and it goes beyond the arts. And so getting out of bed is a little bit hard for some people. But getting out of bed and doing something that you love and putting your all into it or what it deserves, even harder sometimes. Especially when, I don't know, man, like willpower for me is a limited resource. And if you exhaust that all, like you can exhaust it into one track and then you got nothing left to kind of give of yourself anymore for who even knows how long. I don't know what replenishes that budget, man.
Okay, let me ask you a personal question. Do you think if you didn't do music, you'd be good? Like you have another thing to jump to?
No, I hear you on that. I've tried way too many times to step away from it, but it always pulls me back.
So that's a real musician still.
It's a curse, bro.
I get it too, but you know what's so crazy too? Because I know that there's a difference between fame and wanting to have money. A lot of people want to just be heard with their music, right? There's so much dynamic. A lot of people feel very happy for the world to know their music and be poor about it. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But then you have a lot of people that want to be heard that has nothing to say. And then you got another dynamic of artists is that they just feel great. They just feel great. Now it's easier to come out and say anything you want and do anything. And I think it's like therapy for some people.
Yeah.
So we don't know how to judge which artists are. You know, there's really great artists. I know I never finish the shit I'm gonna say, but everybody out there, if I do that to you and I never finish, just take it to heat. If you're not smart enough to catch me up, then I'll slow down for you guys. But there's a lot of different artists out here. What you don't know who wants to go further, this is what's gonna be hard for me on this podcast. So I was coming out here in Calgary and be like, I could bring anybody on here, and it could do good for me because I'll have people watching, but I actually really genuinely want to see Calgary artists or even Canada artists, whoever comes out. I just want to integrate people together, right?
Yeah.
And that's just me, right? I just want people to be heard. So I know that I have an opportunity to do that. So in this position right now, I know that you said sometimes you wanted to stop. Do you think there's a lot of artists in Calgary that did the same thing because they see nothing going on?
100%, man. Yeah.
Do you know them?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Like I forget when it was. Right when COVID hit, I started a podcast where I was interviewing artists. It was just audio, but because everything was shut down to meet in person, it was just kind of over the internet, just doing things like with people just across Canada. And a lot of the people that I interviewed 5 years ago are at very different stages in their career today. Some of them completely tapped out.
And you could think that some of those guys their music could have did something.
Some of my favorite artists, some people whose tracks that because like I said, man, I listen to a lot of underground music and there's a lot of slop to churn through, but then you hit that one kind of diamond in the rough and you're like, holy crap, this guy's got 100 tracks, but this one track is a banger. And if they keyed into that track or that style and made more.
So that wasn't my phone.
It's okay. Yeah, no, if they I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of artists are kind of throwing out a whole bunch of lines and hoping one sticks, and then when one does stick, they don't know how to capitalize on it.
Let's just get this out of the way. So you say a couple of your underground, so I guess we're allowed to say names here. And if he bigs you up, you don't know. You have to show him love, eh? I'm just joking, but Calgary artists that you've worked with or did shows with, who do you feel? And if he doesn't say your name, don't feel away. I'm saying,
Yeah, I'm
like,
gonna bust out the list.
yeah, but
yeah.
from this
Everybody I
off the
know.
top of your head, and don't take it wrong if he doesn't say if your name, but some of the artists you've worked with and people that you put
Sure.
on your show, like who you feel like they have potential, or I guess you could say everybody, but what who do you listen to that you've done like work with?
Well, it's crazy, man, because I listen to so much and it's not just local to Calgary.
Yeah.
I really do.
You have to really listen to the phone, bro. We can edit that shit out, bro.
Really?
Okay,
It's
go
gonna
ahead.
cue into the mics. No, it's all good.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, because I listen to so many artists kind of like all around, having a favorite that's just local to Calgary is real hard. I do have favorites in Calgary, but I'd say they're more peppered around throughout the scene.
Okay, what about
Yeah.
the reggae scene out here? You don't
Ooh,
seem like you like reggae.
I'm
You
not
like
tapped
reggae?
in. I love reggae. Yeah,
you like the
100%.
what do you call that? The Afro beats.
Yeah, I love some
Of
Afro
course,
beats, of
they're
course.
sick out here. I won't lie, you guys are really sick out here. I know I'm from Toronto and I see a lot. That's where we're from, the reggae artists and the Afro beats things. But I came out here and I actually seen they're no different.
You got to introduce me more into that scene, man, because
What?
I feel like there's such a good overlap between like hip hop,
Oh, you
reggae.
gotta
Like they're
you
all
have
under
to
the
hook
same
up
umbrella.
with my boy Mike. You know,
Yeah.
Jump Shot Records. He can help you with that.
Oh, yeah.
You just start get into weave into the next vibe. You won't even know. Next thing you know, you're like, "Bomba clata, my boy." Then, hey, really? Next thing you know, you don't even do hip hop. You don't even know.
Yeah.
But
Next thing you know, I'm talking to patois.
I say no more.
Yeah.
I'll get you some food and then take some oxtail. Get you a big Jamaican girl. You know.
Yeah.
Man. Yo, I'm not even gonna go there, but they know
Yeah,
what I was
man.
about to say. But another thing, big up to my photographer / Zach. I don't even know his last. Yo, Zach, what's your Instagram?
Zach Knudsen, ZAKKNUDSON.
You guys heard that? Zach Canusas. That's not what it is. That's what it is. Something like that. But
Plug
say
it
that
in
again.
bio.
Zach Knudsen, KNUDSON.
All right, so yo, that's one of our squad up right now. He's doing all the filming for us. Respect for him. Get a clap in. Thank you for you coming through. And yeah, you guys check him out. He does a lot of camera photos. That was dumb. But he does photos of anything that you guys need. It's beautiful. Check him out and yeah, let's keep it moving. But
Let's roll.
so what do you feel like you want to talk about? Give me some, because I'm not here to give you so many questions.
I'll
I
step
know you
back
have
to
nothing.
that Calgary names thing, because there are a couple artists in Calgary, not even artists, just like people who I would deem kind of key players in terms of where I feel the industry is going to move for the community.
Yeah.
And those are the guys who I'd like to shed some spotlight on. So any names I don't mention, feel free to feel any type of way you want to feel, because you might not be doing enough,
We're not care.
or I'm lacking and I'm just not aware. So it's one of us that's the problem. But like, there's there's my boy K the Chosen. I interviewed him on my podcast a long time ago. That's how I got introduced to him. He's doing crazy things in the scene.
Big up.
Yeah, man, I met that guy when he was flipping burgers, and now he's like so deep into the music scene that I'm pretty sure he's like a director or like producer in different actual like established local
Okay.
entities that are funded by like government money and stuff. So like, don't quote me on that. I just know K the Chosen is doing money moves. He runs Ship Hop in Calgary,
Shit.
which is a quarterly show as well. So, and I feel like that's one of the only shows in Calgary that's been doing it consistently and putting artists on and getting the community together. So big ups to him.
Okay.
My boy Polo Show as well. He's been doing shows for quite a minute as well. I know he's. I just went to one of his shows just a couple weeks ago. He put on like 6 different artists. It was amazing.
Okay.
And
Big
I know
big up.
big ups, yeah. And like the thing is, we run like for both K the Chosen, Polo Show, and who's my other boy? Can't remember right now, but like these guys, they're running their own independent businesses, and as much as they're running it under the name of a label, like these guys are the heads of it, and they're like, if they fall, the entire operation that they're running kind of falls as well.
Okay, so those are the people that need to come on this podcast. You don't know,
100%,
and I know he
100%.
needs to say a lot more other people. We don't have that too much time, so
Yeah.
don't feel no way.
Yeah.
Back door open.
Yeah, you don't know, because that's what happens if you can feel the way the back doors will open. That was stupid. No Diddy, but
No Diddy.
Another thing
Back door
too.
closed.
So I know that you're doing your music. Like,
Word.
you're doing your music. So is this something you've been thinking about for a long time? Like this is like you're about to come and get them. Like you're trying to say that I can do this too. Did you perform
Yeah.
yet at any of your shows?
No, so the tough thing is we were gonna do, me and my business partner Sean Knock, his name's Unborn 403. He's also a
Sean,
sick.
you don't know Knock. You should have been here, but
Yeah, I
next
should have
time.
been here. Yeah, he's also a sick local rapper. But him and I, we put on this show about 2 months ago at Dreamers Nightclub. It was called the Urban Dreamers event. We hosted 11 local artists,
Yeah.
and we were gonna put ourselves on the roster, but then the work that needed to be done behind the scenes got a little bit too heavy, and we were already spread so thin in organizing, hosting, and getting it all together
Yeah.
that we felt that performing ourselves would be not only doing a disservice to our art, but to the artists that we were putting on for. So
that's how you know you're serious about your music. You see that? Yeah. People says disservice to my art. Motherfuckers don't give a fuck about this shit. Did I put it out?
Put it out.
Put it out. Yeah, but okay.
Fuck it, keep it raw. Yeah.
All right, so there's a lot of things that go on in Calgary that I was unaware of. So I moved to Calgary like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, and then there actually is, like in Toronto, there's a lot more bigger people for the things that they do, like the venues and stuff.
Yeah.
But there is actually, you never did any shows or anything during the summertime over here, like any what's that thing called? What's that thing called in Toronto, in Calgary here? Stampede, not the Stampede.
Oh, Sled Island.
And there's a Caribbean thing that we went to one time. Carifest. Like, you ever found yourself getting involved in that? Like, trying to see it?
No,
not yet.
Man.
You're like, let me just get my video up first.
Yeah, right? No. The word behind that is like I'm not a big fan of being in the crowd.
Yeah.
I like to coordinate the crowd, so you won't really find me amongst
boss.
Not really, man. I just don't like. I don't know what it is.
Well,
maybe it's an ego thing.
That's gonna be fucked for you because you want to do music right now. So you're gonna have to deal with that at some point, and I'm sure that you're gonna get good with that. So.
Yeah. Well, no, I'd say I'm more from the professional angle these times. Like, even if I'm attending an event, I'm shooting or I'm directing or I'm networking.
Jack of all trades,
yeah, I'm doing something that isn't just being like an attendee or a fan. I'd say, like,
I
don't get me wrong.
being a fan.
I can be a fan. It's just I'm more of a homie
Yo,
first.
my
man.
girl tried to let me go to a show the other day. She wanted to go to a concert, and no disrespect to my girlfriend, but I was like, because I do a lot this music thing, and I've always been beside, like, I did shows with Fat Joe, I did shows with Nas, I did shows, but not saying like this is a time when they weren't as big as they are now. So don't quote me, because you're like, how come he's not rich? But I did shows with these people. Yeah, I've got these links, but at the time I really thought that I belonged there, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like, at the end of the day, now that I have to go in front of a stage and look at somebody, it has to be Michael Jackson. Like, I'll be a fan to somebody I know that I'm not even close to being capable of doing what they do. You know what I mean? Like, so I hate going somewhere and being sitting there knowing that I could have been backstage and because I came from that, so maybe this is, I understand, but some people would call that bougie that you said that, but you know what you want, and you know where you at, you know what I mean?
I would take it more from this angle because, like, it is a little bit bougie, but I find, like, so even for the show that I hosted, we put 11 artists on and they're all at different stages, so who knows how big or how much of an experience that show is going to be.
However, them personally, right?
For the artist as well as for anybody who attends, man, it's really hard because you'll have an artist who's been at it for 10 years and might be at, like, the same level as someone who's been at it for 1 year.
Yeah.
Then you got an artist who's been at it for 2 weeks and he's just gifted as fuck and he's been doing his thing for a minute behind the scenes and he just comes out and blows the hinges off the door.
And that's what we're trying to get. All those people, like what he was talking about, come here and be on the show, bro.
Do your thing and don't stop. Act first.
Coming from someone he's about to start rapping, and you guys, whoever right now that doesn't even know his verse, I heard it still. I'm not trying to big him up because he's my dog still.
Oh. As far as I'm aware, there's only one throne, so.
All right, so say no more, bro. So
just kidding.
We're going to get some videos. So I heard from the grapevine that you haven't done a video yet. For real, that's true?
Like for a music video?
You knew what the fuck I meant, bro.
No, man.
No,
because it's shame, bro. It's shame. Yeah.
This guy hasn't done a video yet.
I know. 15 years in.
We're gonna get you a 15-year video.
You promise?
Yeah, I don't promise. God said don't promise nothing, but we'll make it happen.
Yeah, fuck
you know what I mean? But yeah, you got to get a video out and show them who you are musically, and we're about to get in the booth. So for everybody that doesn't know, every time you come on this podcast, I don't know if you guys know who Tigger is. But at the end of the day, you're going to be going on the booth after this. And any freestyle that you're going to do, we just want to hear how sick you guys are or how sick you're not. We won't judge, not me. We just let the world do that. But yeah, so I hope you guys, when you get here, knowing that that's what's going to be something that you have to deal with it. Big up to Jump Shot Records. Big up to my boy Mike. Big up to Third Degree. Big up to G Original Clothing. All the people, big up to Mad Russian in Toronto right now, podcast going on. Big up to everybody in Calgary. Big up to everybody in Edmonton, Winnipeg, the whole squad. You know what I mean? Like, it was great. I liked having a conversation with you. But so yeah, we're about to get into the booth. I don't know what else to say, but it was a great podcast. I liked it. I hope you guys do. You better. Yo, what's up? What's up? Yo, Calgary, what is up? We got right now the booth going on right now. Big up Jump Shot Records, man. Urban Migration podcast. You know how we doing. And we got my boy Jordan in the booth right now. So we're gonna see what he's about right now. Yo, Calgary, stand up. Canada, stand up. Tell him what you about, bro.
What up, what up? My name is Jordan Lewis. I'm a local artist here from Calgary, Alberta. I rap, I produce. This is a beat that I produce. I'm gonna be rapping on it soon, and we're gonna do our thing in the booth.
Let's do it.
Let's
in
go.
the booth. With an F. Let's do this.
Let's get it. What? Yeah. Let's get it. Rolling through the city like a tire. Yes, I'm tired, but the weight won't push itself and I'm supplied. Fuck around and get rewired. Only debt I have is sleep. Ironic what these dreams require. Breathing leaf and bleed caffeine and eat a piece before you buy. Stacking downs within their prime, they don't need diminishing returns. Track the signs, enjoy the ride. It's not a race to finish first. If I'm alive, then I'm a grind. My life's a business, this is work. Maybe prison till he's finished with his sentence. I'm like, word, wanted it all, but I'm stuck in the fumes. Bitches the bomb, but I'm about to defuse. Keeping it calm while I'm leaving the pool. Cut up the beat, what we he do to you? Permanent sleep, mutton for me. Mirror the goats, count on no sheep. Water got thicker with nothing to bleed. Now what she sip with the straw to her teeth. Straw to her fear. Liquid increasing the maximum yield. That's what I feel. Keeping it real. Addicted of something to practice appeal. Picking it apart as I pick by the peel. Cargoing hard, but they call it congealed. Add like my value has not been revealed. Lack of reflection in those who can't heal. Yeah.
You did a good job, bro. I liked it, bro. We got all that. Trust me. It's sick. It's
Yeah.
sick.
That was great.
Yeah, it was great, bro.
Fuck yeah, thanks Zach. Appreciate that, dude. Oh,
You got a little nervous for a
We'll get
second.
it.
I see
Yeah,
you.
I got a little jitters,
it's all
yeah.
good. You have to. Wouldn't do a good job.